Tell me when it's live, baby. Is it live? Is it live? Are we live? Oh, no. Are we live? Are we live? I don't know anymore.
I don't know.
Are we live? We live on YouTube. Somebody out there tell me.
I don't know, dude.
When we do these things from here, I have no idea if we're live or if we're not. I've been saying a bunch of weird things, and I don't know if we're live or if we're not live, Jabes.
I texted Giorgio and said maybe this bird can fly on her own, so probably I messed it up.
Oh, maybe this bird can fly.
Maybe?
Oh, no.
Yes.
Maybe this bird
Maybe
can fly.
this bird.
I don't know if we're live,
Yeah,
Jessie. We are? Oh, boy. How are you feeling inside right now?
I feel good, and I feel proud, and Giorgio said he was proud of me, and there's no better feeling than Giorgio saying he's proud of me. Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
It's true.
It's true. He's getting a little bit big for his britches, though. He asked me to call him Yoryo, and he doesn't want us to pronounce the G's anymore.
I'll do it.
So I guess he's going with a soft G.
Oh, is it like a Greek thing?
Yeah, he wants to go two soft G's.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Yoryo. And I said, all right, I'll do it. But
it rolls right off the tongue,
it's
huh?
very nice, isn't it?
Yoryo?
Oh, Yoryo.
Oh, I like it.
Yoryo?
Yeah.
It sounds like a Cuban cabana boy at the Clevelander in Miami. Yoryo.
Oh.
I need a painter, Yoryo.
Who we got? We got Derry Dan out there. We got Hot Bob. What do you know?
I don't know.
But we're flying solo, and this bird flew on her own, I guess, for now.
I want to praise you, Caesar.
Like you should.
Not bury you, okay?
Okay.
You do all of the things here, technical wise. I don't know anything.
That's true.
Like I'm just a dummy walking around. It's kind of sunburned when it's like, if I can peek my beak out and get I'm throwing a little bit of some medication thing on my lip right now because it's,
Oh.
a little burned. A little burned today. Might even be wearing the same t-shirt since yesterday. I'm not really sure where I am or what's going on anymore. I know this. I'm back on another plane Monday morning.
Me too.
Yes, you will be back in Tejas with us, and I was watching your mom's house announcements of them moving to Austin, Tejas as well. They pronounce it the same way. So
They say Austin, Tejas.
they do. They
Gosh,
do.
They copy everything we do.
So we finally, yeah, right.
Kidding.
Yeesh. I wish we copied their bank accounts. When they moved there, right? My master plan that I was talking to you about, because we finally had a date night for just you and I the other night.
Yep.
And I told you my dream for this year is to pair up Jessie with Christina P. Do where my mom's at was just the two of them, so that way Tom Segura and I never have to work again. I think that would be the biggest show of all time, and that is my dream for this year.
I really think it would. Like, I think as far as like a mom show,
yeah,
we think the same, feel the same. We think we're really cool, right? And
you
then
guys
we
are
get
cool.
But then we get home and we're like, oh no. In the eyes of our children and in the grand scheme, like we are moms, right? Like you can't escape that shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just I think she's doing everything right.
She is. I just enjoy them and the two of them and all those things. So like, all I would like to do is pair you guys together. And again, me and Tom would never have to work again. No lie, I think that would be the number one show, podcast wise, on the planet. For real. I was looking at the charts today because we have to talk to advertisers and investors and all that stuff. Like, at the end of the day, when these shows are done, and Call Her Daddy was number one, like in comedy. And they had, who was the special guest that drove it to number one? Who knows? It was Mia Khalifa a couple weeks ago. And not that, look, Mia Khalifa's great.
Look, but I think there's an equal place for both, right? Like, you're that age, cool.
I'm
doing
just
that
saying.
shit, cool. But like, those people are gonna age up. Those people are gonna start having kids, and then we take them in with open arms. Hey, ladies, it's okay. I know you're still a dirtbag, but you have kids. Come on over to our show.
Comedically,
right?
I don't think it's close. like you guys would destroy them, and I think it would be the biggest show on the planet. And I told you that was my dream this year. I try to make my dreams come true. I have a vision board, and I do all of the things. And you might say to yourself, hey Ross, what about the seltzer this year? The seltzer is happening. So that's not a dream. That's a reality, and that's coming out. Like
it's on its way.
Yeah. Actually, the new test flavors are coming today. Supposed to be here at noon. FedEx. We were going to drink these live on air because she hasn't had them yet.
Maybe we should go like a little bitsy live later.
Well, do you know how to do it? Do you need Giorgio for this?
I just did this on my own.
So you don't need your Hio for this.
I mean, I need him to like watch and like be proud of me and stuff, but I didn't call them.
Oh, but let's say he doesn't watch and isn't proud of you, right? Is that going to matter, or can you just do this on your own?
No, I mean, I'll be sad, but I can do it.
Oh, if you can do it, shit, I'll come back and do this.
So when the seltzer comes, my idea is to do like a blind test because we have a bunch of seltzers in the fridge because we've been trying a bunch of things. Like we are really boots on the ground, research. We want to make the best seltzer ever.
Yeah.
I think we should do a little bit of a blindfold.
Well, I know because I've been drinking this shit, like doing it. Yeah, for you personally, but FedEx, it was supposed to be here at noon today, or before noon is what we had paid for. Never, ever do they deliver on time. I want to get rid of the excuse of the COVID thing, right? The COVID warning on every delivery thing that comes.
You won't.
I want to get rid of that forever.
They're going to keep
just
it forever.
right this. No lie. I would be so much happier in life if you just said, I'm sorry, I suck at my job. Shit's going to be late. I don't care what company that is. FedEx, fucking hat company, shirts, all that other things. And because the shitty thing about it is I don't know where I am going to be every like 2 or 3 days now because of this house fucking disaster, that if it is not on time, man, I might not see this shit for weeks. Like Gordon Wagner, man, like he sent in OG, Nooner. Him and Bill Schofield sent in some, T-shirts. We got the Nooner T-shirts. We got the Pine Cone Day Jam. I didn't see those for like 2 weeks because it was late, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, it's COVID." You get it, right? When the fuck is that not an excuse anymore? Like, when are we all done with that? Where it's just like, "Hey, man, I just suck at my fucking job." I want to go back to those days where you can just call customer service and be like, "Hey, why do you suck at your job?" Instead of, "Oh, sorry, COVID," and it's all, and then you feel bad, and you're like, maybe I shouldn't fucking ride these people. Maybe they are sick. Maybe they're like the fucking 2 people who haven't gotten it, or the fucking other 100 million people that still haven't gotten the vaccine yet. But we should be like at herd immunity. Like, when can I just tell people to shut the fuck up and just say you're shitty at your job? When is that moment? That's all I want from Biden, right? I don't give a shit if he's fucking dead or whatever his schedule is, if they're weekend at Bernie's name and all that other shit. I just want one 15-second press conference where they prop him up on a fucking mannequin stand that you would see old school JCPenney's, and he just says, "You can go back to telling people they suck at their jobs," and then they wheel him off the fucking stage. That's all I want, is just that one sentence, and be like, "Oh, all right, well, fuck you, you suck at your job." We're not going to get that for years, I don't think, right?
No.
And it's going to be the excuse forever. COVID, you get it. And then it's going to be the next thing, right? Oh, it's a variant strain. We don't know what's out there anymore. And it's
there was one 30-year-old that got paralysis. Yep. Everyone stay in your house, lose your job, your business, don't see your family for a year, and they may die in that year. So,
Homeboy had paralysis for like, what, an hour or something like that? Like, shit. Dan takes enough drugs to have that throughout a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit. I bet you Dan, my co-host on Drinkin Bros, Dan Holloway, I bet you he's got paralysis once a day.
Well, you guys should all stay in the house then if he had it. Yeah,
we should all be afraid for our lives. Hammer the like button if you're watching on YouTube for the algorithms and all of those things. We got some people are dropping like drink money in here. $5 saying the best to ever do it. I agree.
Oh my God.
Craigor's wedding is approximately 240-ish days away right now.
No.
If y'all need a number.
240-ish is the number of people coming. Is that right, Craig?
Oh.
That's a nightmare. You guys are going to hate it.
Shit.
That's going to be the worst day ever for you.
Craig, it's going to be a lot of seltzer.
But it's going to be fun for me.
It's going to be a lot of seltzer.
The guests will have a great time. The bride and groom,
blast.
nightmare.
No, blast.
You're going to hate it.
I don't know.
Many people.
No, you're right.
You guys.
I don't know one bride and groom who has enjoyed their own wedding.
No,
including
it's not
us.
for them.
Yeah, it's not for them. It's for everybody else.
Actually, we did because we did it very small, and right.
I remember looking at you though when we got back to the hotel that night. You were exhausted. I was exhausted, and it was just like, oh, this is over. We can just go back to living our lives.
Oh yeah, we ordered Domino's because we're a Domino's family. Sorry about it.
Yeah,
we got Domino's in the hotel room and like kicked off our shoes, and we're like, well, that fucking shit is done, right? And that was the best.
We did get Domino's.
We did.
It's true.
Because that's what I wanted.
We ate it like the nicest, we had the reception like the nicest restaurant in Wilmington. And you and I still got back to the hotel and we're like, should we get some Domino's? Or?
Well, when I drink, I have a second dinner.
Yeah, we call it a bang bang.
Bang banger.
Bang bang in the
so
business.
when I drink, you go to a nice dinner and I just have a little bite of salad, and then you go home and house an entire pizza and bag of chips in the bathtub by yourself in the dark.
I forgot we did that. You ate it in your wedding dress.
Oh yes, I think you must have pictures somewhere because we were like married.
You
got married.
I do have one picture of you right afterwards when the pizza was there. Yes, I do. I've got one picture. It's not flattering, so I'm not going to post it, obviously, but it's really fucking funny because you're looking at the camera and you're like this. Pizza's in the background.
Yeah.
Half your shit's off and you're like, I'm dead serious. You're like this on the bed, just like this.
Yes. Okay.
I have it.
I'll look at it.
Flaming Thundercock. This is the best to ever do it. We appreciate it. A lot of Jay Fires in there. Jay Fire, how you feeling today? Today's Rex Manning Day.
Love it. I love that movie
big fan of Empire Records.
Big fan of Empire Records. Who's your buddy? Ethan Embry,
yes.
I think was the best he's ever been. Like that is a quintessence Embry to me.
So if I'm going Ethan Embry
so
movies, that and Can't Hardly Wait.
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
And by the way, I wouldn't call him a buddy. I would say we've hung out a few times.
Well, we both have. It's weird. Like if you lived in LA for any period of time, you have a connection to him. Like my friend, like
he was the dude, man.
Yeah.
Teen movie wise, and
like I had a friend that dated him. You know what I mean? Like you have a weird connection to him.
And then he starred my best friend, one of my best friends, Adam Beamer, who edits all of my movies and all that shit. He hired Ethan as the lead in his movie, and that was 6 or 7 years ago. But crazy. He was the dude, like teen movie wise. And I remember Empire Records when it came out. I was amped about it. The guy who played Rex Manning reminded me of Shooter McGavin and Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
I love that over-the-top character in things and shit like that.
Oh, fucking Debbie Mazar was in it. Like, this was our...
Liv Tyler.
Yeah, well, yeah. And they were like our Rat Pack, right? Remember like these couple people were in all these teen movies that were around when we were teens, right? So it's like... Debbie Mazar was in all of that stuff. Liv Tyler, and then Ethan Embry, right? Like in those, and then it was like Jennifer Love Hewitt was in stuff, and like
yeah.
But yes, my gosh.
But that was a fun movie. They don't make shit like that anymore, at all. I hope they will because I miss those movies.
Zellweger.
And I just did Renee Zellweger.
Quintessence.
Yeah.
Zellweger.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Is it Zellweger or is it Wigga? What are we saying? Renee Zellweger? Because I don't want to push it here anymore.
Actually, okay, go ahead.
What?
Keep going.
No, good. What?
So Brendan Sexton III was Warren. Remember Warren?
Oh yeah.
He's an interesting one.
Why is he interesting?
Because he was always kind of like played this dirty homeless guy in everything, right? Or like a drug addict or whatever. He's really fucking good, actually.
Okay.
Like a really good actor.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry,
I'm not
carry on.
aware. Flaming Thundercock says, hey, man, I came across this channel with the Alex Jones episode last summer, fall. Haven't missed an episode of all of it. And thank you for keeping it real. We always do here. It's funny, man, with this amount of guests that come on. And I think this is important to talk about right now, actually, because we're adding a new show Monday night to this channel on YouTube. Again, hammer the like button out there. Nico the Greco and Ruben Schneider. Hey, man, hammer the like button. We're adding a new show Monday nights. It's called Icebreakers with Chuck Liddell and Adam Ray. That will start on Monday night on this channel. And the people that are calling in to be on their show already.
Insan.
Yes. Like I talked to Evander Holyfield this morning and I was just like, what? I hope.
Normal life.
I guess.
No. It never will be. Not for me anyway. I'm always gonna be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
And like that's like a childhood hero of mine because he's from Atlanta. And so I used to watch him fight, as a kid and all that stuff. And I was like, "Are you coming on Drinkin Broettes?" No. You want to come on Chuck's show?
That's fine.
Okay.
Close enough.
Yep. I'll put you on Chuck's show, no problem. Yeah, it's gonna be fun because we're adding so many different people and guests and all that other stuff, and then whoever they're friends with, like Snoop Dogg and shit like that, where you're just like, all right, well, fuck. So you're gonna see some other weird people pop up on all these other shows on our network very soon. I think the first episode is Monday night at 8. That is what I am flying back for. We'll start dropping trailers for all that stuff and everything else. But Icebreakers with Chuck Liddell and Adam Ray starts on Monday. So there'll be some wild people here, and then we're doing a bunch of events with them. We will be Jessie will be with me, and that's another thing I wanted to chat about on May 8th at the Canelo fights in Dallas, Texas. We're looking to do a live show that Friday afternoon, and then go to the Rangers game that night. So we're gonna try to bang that trip and go to the baseball game Friday night, and then the fights on Saturday night. But Jessie will be there, so. If you're in the Dallas area,
J Flame,
J Fire will be there, and you'll get to see her up close and personal. J Fire
in the house.
Yeah, so I think you'll be on that. Yeah, you'll be on the fucking show on Friday. Friday's live show. You'll be there.
Okay.
You'll be on it. Yeah.
I'll be there. I mean, I usually just kind of get people drinks and food, but I'll pop on.
We usually do it we pick like a cool like craft brewery or something like that. We went to a place called, I think, Growlers last time we were in Dallas and did the live show. And that was a fucking blast. They were great to us.
Nice.
So maybe we'll go back there. But we're planning all that. I know this. We paid for the tickets and all that shit. So it's done. Like that's in the books.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a definite. Because I know some of these events you're like, hey, you guys said will you be here. And then COVID has nuked it. Like the John Daly thing. It's supposed to be in the Masters tomorrow. Started today. Made me real sad this morning when I woke up. Saw the Masters on and
it didn't rain or anything.
Well, no, it's supposed. So my only off day is essentially tomorrow.
Right.
Ever. Like for the rest of my life.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
It's supposed to rain tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I have tickets for tomorrow, so I'm like,
okay,
fuck you, dude.
I'm also going to be there for Cinco de Mayo, and I will be celebrating with my dark skinned friends.
Brown skin.
My brown.
Yeah.
My brown skinned friends.
Is your mom going to come out? Is your mom going to come out?
To what?
To here to watch the children's.
No.
Because I'm going to need you for like a week. So.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
They're going to be here with
a dog bowl full of
mom.
Food, and we'll just let them go nuts, We'll let them go nuts.
Your mom's there. What are you talking about?
James, the people need you. The people want you.
I know, I'll
I want
be
to press the flesh and
So
come out and see you. So I got to make sure you can do all of the things.
Yes, I'm going to be there.
It's a long week for James.
From like the 4th till after the Canelo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flying home on the 9th?
I don't know.
Yeah.
No, the day after? No, thank you.
There's good flights out of Dallas because there's a one-way to Wilmington.
That's cool.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
There's
but
two
I'm not
one-ways
getting on
out
a
of
flight
Wilmington.
the day after the Canelo.
Nah.
Sorry.
Hey, do whatever you want.
Mom gets I'm a motion sickness queen, and I'm gonna be drinking that night. So we're going to go the next day or that evening.
Yeah, but if you're there, we're going to go to the Rangers game Friday nights, Texas Rangers in Arlington. That stadium, the brand new stadium just opened. It is right across from Cowboy Stadium, and that is where the Canelo fight is Saturday night on May 8th, and we will be there for all of the things. I know we're not doing anything Saturday afternoon, so don't hit me up because we're filming something at Cowboy Stadium in the morning or something like that. So, but Friday for sure, come on out, and then the Rangers game. Shit, those tickets will be super easy to get.
Yeah,
like it's the Rangers versus I think the Seattle Mariners.
Oh.
Neither of those teams are good, so.
Why are we going? Why are we going? To take a nap? All right. I couldn't probably use the little snooze around that time.
I'll tell you why we're going. We own a ticketing company, drinkinbrostickets.com. We've not been to that stadium. I typically like to go to the stadiums to see where it is. So that way if people hit me up and be like, hey, where should I sit or where should I be for this? At least I know the stadium well enough to be like, don't sit here. Don't do this. So with a new stadium, I don't know. I don't know what's good and what's not. So I want to go and check it out, and we'll get fucked up. I don't care.
Yeah.
Who cares? Who cares?
Okay.
Jabes.
No, I mean I will do anything as long as there's a bit of food and some drinks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Literally anything.
Anything.
Yeah. I'll go
Anything?
to anything, any game, anything, any show, any whatever, as long as I can drink and have a bit of food.
You know what's weird? Holy shit.
Easy. It's pretty easy.
That triggered something inside of me, Jabes.
Okay.
Triggered something inside of me. Do you remember the last
Do you remember?
Do you remember the last time we were at a Texas Rangers game?
I fell asleep.
Did you?
Is that right? No.
No.
Okay, what?
We were shooting.
Oh, we were shooting 50K.
Yeah, 50K in a call girl, and it was the World Series.
Yes.
And we got that fucking thing. Remember they had the hot dog that was like 4 feet long?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the huge pretzel. And love a huge pretzel.
There was a pretzel that was $50, I think, and it came in a pizza box.
Yeah, I actually had to carry it over my shoulder.
Yeah.
And it was as big as me.
It was a fireman's
carry. I was in heaven.
Yeah, it was a fireman's carry.
And then it was like a bathtub full of cheese, and I
yes,
pretty much loved it. And I was like, I can be doing anything right now, and I would be happy. Super simple.
I wonder if they still have that shit there.
Look,
we'll find out.
No, nothing's the same and nothing's good anymore. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
So a couple of friends of mine and some Drinkin Bros actually went to the opening of the Texas Rangers game. If you'll recall, this is the one that Biden was unhappy about. Mm-hmm. Everybody was unhappy about because they went full capacity, and as soon as everybody got in the stadium, they took their mask off and they were like, "Fuck this."
Oh.
Magically, everyone's fine. I haven't heard one goddamn word about it. But it looked, from the pictures on the inside, it looked amazing. And everybody was partying and having a great time.
Nobody's getting the UK variant there, if you know what I'm saying. Like,
I don't know what that is. And like, God damn it, man.
The next one is going to have to be the Texas variant just because they're going to say fuck you, right?
Right.
So pretty much any place that opens up before people think that they should, they make a variant after them. Almost like a punishment.
Yeah.
So it'll be the Texas variant, right? Which will basically kill you instantly.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're all going to die. And that's kind of it now. Mm-hmm. You know? Like, sorry, there's nothing I can do about it. We're all going to die, and that's kind of it.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, look, just believe the news is what I'm telling you. Believe all news. The media is correct. Everybody's going to die. Stay inside.
Except for DMX. That
Don't do anything.
Will not die.
I told you. I said this.
Die,
I told
dude.
you. This is gonna be a Bobby.
Yeah, they're gonna
Bobby
drag
Christina
it out.
Brown or Christina Bobby Brown sitch where they drag this out for 2 months, and then I just hope they pick like a cool day to do it. That's what I would want, I guess, if that was my fucking my whole deal. I would want a cool day to do it on, like Secretary's Day, like yeah, something that you always remember.
Oh yeah, or Flag Day. That's my favorite. Flag Day or Boxing Day.
When did Jessie die? Flag Day. We decided to pull the tubes. And,
The tubes.
whatever it is, you know.
Can you pull the plug and not the tubes? Rosh just comes in and pulls the tubes out of my mouth. I'm like, that's not how it goes.
And they're like, sir, she's gonna ride. She's gonna ride around for 15 to 20 minutes. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I wanna see her live for like 15 minutes and just shaking. And then I just hold you as you're shaking and dying, and it's like shh.
I could have lived if you just let the tubes stay in for like 5 more minutes.
No.
And you're like, nope, it's Flag Day.
Oh God, pull the tubes.
She's always wanted to die on Flag Day.
Push the nurse out of there and then just lock the door. If you will it, you can do it. If you believe it, you can achieve it.
Right.
We did that with the birth of our children.
What?
I made you believe it so you could achieve it.
Yeah.
And there was a point that you yelled at me like you never have in our relationship. And it was hilarious. So our second child was typically on the second child. They're always just like, oh, it's going to be early. It's crazy. You've already had one. It's going to be early.
Because the first one was early. So I go, dude, this one's going to be even earlier.
Yeah.
No, sir.
No, he was like, what, 10 days later, something like that?
Yeah. But it makes sense because of his personality now. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, he was super late. And we're like, dude, first we just didn't want it to be, what was it? I mean.
Well, so it was supposed to be 8/8/18, right?
Right. Because the other one is 4/4/14, guys.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, but when that passed, I was like, well, shit.
Can't be anything.
Can you just hold the baby in there until 8/18/18, and then that'll be easier.
8/1/8/18, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so
Valley, what up?
We did. I did.
But the night before you were like, man, I'm kind of feeling, or the day before you were like, I'm not feeling real good. I think I'm starting to have contractions and something else.
So you went straight to sleep.
We were live on air for Drinkin Bros, and we had you. Yeah, you came on the show.
Yeah,
you were sweating like that was real. I don't know if we have video of it. I think it was just an audio show that day. But either way,
video was not happening. But I was like, I'll hop on for the audio. But
I said to you, I go, can you just wait like 8 more hours so that way at midnight it can be 8/18/18, and I think you told me to go fuck myself.
Sounds right.
And that the baby's gonna come out when the baby come out.
Sounds
you don't
accurate,
give a shit about the dates.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, he waited until 8/18/18. That way,
and he came out and you high-fived him, and you're like, my boy.
Yeah. And then I circed him. The doctor let me. Here's a tip for like parents out there, new fathers. If you throw your doctor
if you can circ,
a hundo and say, look, I want to circ my child, they'll look the other way, and
they'll
you can do
it.
Just because I wanted to say that I did, hey, I did that thing.
Sure. Sure.
I circed it.
That was cutting the cord, but we let you believe that you circed him.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah. They just give you the scissors.
What happened? So yeah, I cut the cord.
But the doctor was like, yeah, you're circing it. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you didn't know.
No, I remember now. So I cut the umbilical cord, and then you went to sleep. You were tired or something.
Don't know why.
I don't either. Yeah, you had a baby or whatever. I was like, ugh.
Well, you had just woke up to cut the cord.
Yeah, and I looked over at the doctor and I was like, party pooper. This one's sleeping. And then I said to him, hey, let me give you a hundo and meet me out back. Let me circ the kid.
And I was like, okay. And took the money and then.
And he goes, are you sure? And I go, look, I'm an amateur circumcisionist. And I do this for a lot of people's births. Uh-huh. And, I want to give my son a snow's cut. And I did, Jessie. So I have a whole book, and people know this. You actually
asked at one point if you could go home because the bed was uncomfortable there.
It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't a ghost bed. From ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Look at that.
Just a little window into
the soul. Eyes are the windows into the soul. And I brought in my circ book, by the way. I have a full circ book, and I went through the different cuts that I prefer to give people when they ask me. And I went with a snow's cut.
You're dumb, dude.
With that. And so if you hit me up and you're like, hey, dude, I'm about to have a son. Can you come and do the circumcision? I will send you the book, and then you pick out what you want. Princess cut, snow's cut.
Mm-hmm. Diamond.
The diamond cutter is awesome because I cut it in the shape of a diamond, like Diamond Dallas Page.
Yep.
Later stolen by Jay-Z, obviously, and Rockefeller. So if it's a black child, yes, then I'll give it a Hova cut.
Sure.
But if it's a white one, we'll give it the Diamond Dallas Page cut. Whatever, man. I'll do that for your kids because I'm an amateur circumcisionist. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros, our first sponsor, Jabes.
Yes.
30% off everything in the entire store right now. Pillows, sheets, mattresses, adjustable bases. That's how much I need these goddamn things. I will, even though my wife is pregnant, I'll tell the hospital, hey man, your bed is uncomfortable. I don't like it. Can I go and sleep in my ghost bed? And they'll give you a weird look, but you'll understand when you get the bed. So do that. And if you get it, post a picture of yourself on it on Instagram and tag at Ross Patterson Revolution and Drinkin Bros and all that other stuff and Ghost Bed. Give a nice little testimonial about it. They'll send you 2 free pillows, which is fucking amazing. Pillows are best.
You have to have the pillows.
Yeah.
It just really ties the whole situation together.
Best. I love those goddamn things. We did take to the hospital, by the way. We did take the ghost pillows there.
Yeah,
and that's
not
real.
for me, for you.
No, we took them for you.
I didn't
as well.
use them though. You did.
Yeah, well, you were like, I'm going to get blood on these. I was like, don't. These are expensive.
Why would I get blood on them behind my head?
What's that?
Why would I get blood on them behind my head?
We were worried about the way you were writhing around, and it was just like, she's too
I'm
out
done
of
with
it.
this conversation. Seriously? We're done.
36 months, pay-as-you-go program, no interest at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. And when you couple that together with a 30% off deal, you're looking at $35 a month. Go there, do it, learn it, live it, love it. What's up next, Jabes?
We have ExpressVPN.com. So we all know that ExpressVPN is it's to protect you from anyone looking at the shit that you're looking at, right? Or getting information. Basically, when you're on your computer.
Yeah, right now. I'm looking at shit right now going,
Everyone can see from your provider, Spectrum, Verizon, whatever, and they have all that information. But besides that, the more fun part about ExpressVPN is that you can use it to unlock shows from other countries, right? Just so you know, Netflix Canada has the best movie catalog of all the Netflixes.
Why is that?
I don't know, but there's stuff that isn't on, if you want to watch Good Will Hunting, can't find it on ours.
It's true.
But you can use the VPN to say, and you change your location in it, say that you're in Canada, then you can watch all of the stuff. And UK, Japan has some good ones, but Canada pretty much the best. And that's with Hulu, YouTube, anything. So you just change, you make them think that you're in that country.
Yeah. Yep.
I know you get it. I'm trying to explain to the people.
No, I was trying to think what I watched on the Japanese Netflix. It was a birthday cake fart doc with all the people in it.
Yeah. Now that one, I think if you wanted to go dark web, could find it.
It was very well done.
You could use it on phone, laptop, smart TV. Basically, use this VPN, change your location. Everyone should have a VPN, anyways. Even me, little dum dum, knows that.
Sure.
Right? Mm-hmm. So go to expressvpn.com/nooners, you guys. It's for you. That's why it's nooners, to get an extra 3 months of ExpressVPN for free. expressvpn.com/nooners.
I've had it
You're
for so long.
Have one anyway.
My thing is I don't get to watch anything anymore. So everybody else does, and that's fucking rad.
Yeah, but you'll get to the end no matter what Netflix
I use it for
you're
security.
on.
I use it for security. So,
and you should.
yes.
And you should.
Yeah.
But you can also use it for fun things too.
Yep.
That's all we're saying.
Flirty fun things.
It doesn't always have to be to look at the porn that you're looking at. It could be to watch Good Will Hunting for the first time with your children.
Okay.
Because everyone should see Good Will Hunting.
It's a great movie.
Don't you think?
Really great movie.
It's a rite du passage.
Yeah. It's not your fault.
You know what that means?
Yeah, sure do. Sure do, James. I'm very well versed in numerous languages, and I don't need your help with definitions of sentences. Next up, we got Hello, Tushy.
What's up with your butthole? Is your butthole clean? Be Honest, dude.
I don't know.
Be honest.
I don't know.
I'm guessing you think it is, but there's only one way to be sure.
And what's that way, Jessie?
That's to get the Hello Tushy bidet. 3.0
Okay.
modern bidet attachment. Very easy to install. You even did it.
I did.
At our
That's
old
true.
house. We
Yeah.
have one here now because we have to have the bidet. Once you go bidet.
You never go back. No?
So true. Hello, Tushy. It looks classy. It doesn't look like, the bidets back in the day where it was like this big, huge, it looked very daunting, right? You're like, I don't want to sit on this. This is very inviting.
Yeah, it is.
It looks good. It looks classy. Hello Tushy 3.0 doesn't just cleanse your butt with a precise stream of water. It actually then cleans itself. So you don't ever have to get in there. You don't have to put fingers on poop or things or anywhere.
Sure.
Okay?
Sure.
Do your butthole a favor and keep it clean.
There it is.
Know what I'm
Japes.
saying?
Yeah. And our listeners can go to hellotushy.com/revolution for 10% off plus free shipping. Get 10% off plus free shipping and get your butt clean at hellotushy.com/revolution. That's hellotushy.com/revolution. Yeah,
Get
baby.
that butthole clean today.
Get that beehole clean. I'm gonna check and see if the fucking package is here from FedEx.
Oh my gosh. Well, you could just go right down. And
No, I'm not gonna
you're going to
leave.
send me.
No. It tells you right here.
No,
Fucking
I'm telling
end
you.
of day. Fuck you, FedEx.
Although I will say this, I kept checking for another package and it was here and gave me this same.
Did it really?
It doesn't tell you delivered.
All right. Well, I haven't heard a
So-
truck.
Do you want me to check? See?
Yeah, go ahead. You want to check these?
Don't
No,
talk
actually,
shit.
because we're gonna have to. I'm not gonna talk. I want to talk shit about you.
You talk shit about me every time I leave.
No, that's not true. It's not true. No, I think because of the box and the wrapping and all that shit, it would take a while. So,
Okay.
fuck you, FedEx.
No, but I really think
That's my
would
fuck you
you
of the day.
guys be into if we popped on for just a little bit later? Because Mom's alcohol alarm doesn't go off till 4:30 anyway.
The problem is, I think that the children will be here, so.
Oh, they don't know. They don't know I booze it. Please.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. Okay.
But maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you doing tomorrow? You got
I
a
don't
big day
know.
planned?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever I fucking want. I'm
I was
actually
just gonna
getting
sit
ready.
down on the Hello Tushy all day.
I'm actually getting ready for a big carnival themed party for my 7-year-old.
Oh yes.
Because I'm cool.
Yeah, you are the mom of the year, and in this weird time we're in right now, whatever house or place or thing we're at, we're trying to schedule parties and things where it's just well, I don't really know.
We just want it to be a good memory. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And not be like, that time that my house got freaking whatever. And
Exactly, yeah.
Although, listen, I mean, what can you complain about, you little bitches? Oh, I had to go to the beach and fucking. You know what I mean?
No, it's not that.
But it's like getting out of school, then he's back on Zoom. The other kid doesn't have school anymore.
Yep.
It's uprooting, whatever that means. Our kids, thankfully, because we traveled with them since they were younger and we've moved a couple times. Thankfully, they're very resilient, which I like, but I also don't want them to have any bad memories about stuff like that. I want them to be like, it's cool. Go with the flow. You don't ever have to be stuck to anything or, your house is everything if you don't have it. You can make fun and have cool stuff no matter where you go, as long as you're with your family and you have love in your heart and your
look
life.
at that. This feels like a real morning show. You feel like a real Kelly Ripa today.
Oh, quit it.
She
That's an
fucking
insult.
rages, by the way.
Does she?
Yeah. Yeah, she goes out. She goes hard, but
goes-
she's such a professional. She just doesn't.
No,
she's
they go
unaffected.
hard until 7 is what I hear. So
At night?
yeah, so they go they'll go out at 4 or 5, rage, but they are always in bed by 7 or 8, right? And they're kind of the dorks of the crew. And by the way, this is a crew with Andy Cohen,
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper. To be the dork of that crew.
I think you have to start at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. on those shows, which is a
So
fucking
it's
nightmare.
You find your time to rage, get
Nightmare.
enough sleep.
Not one part of me would want to do one of those morning shows.
Really?
Yes. those hours, I would never, ever get used to that my entire life. I'd be like, fuck this dude. Even if you ask them, I asked Consuelos, her husband. I asked him, I was like, what is that like? And he goes, God damn it, man. Those fucking hours are brutal. Because he guest hosted for a while in there. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, man, he's like, dude, those hours are fucking brutal. I don't know. Like Seacrest is built for that type of shit. Like, I don't think he fucking cares. So he's up anyways. Because I think he's had that morning radio show for years too. So it's like, man, that's just a whole different life.
Yeah.
All the cool shit happens at night in my life. Sports wise, everything else, like nothing cool happens at fucking 4 a.m.
Right.
You know?
No, that's true.
Like whatever's going to go down for the evening is going to happen at night where it's just like, oh, all right, well, shit. Let's rage, you know, let's see what happens. But nothing cool happens at like 4 a.m. And then you wake up and you're like, oh, cool. The news really doesn't even get going until like noon. Yeah, and I know when we started this show, that was the purpose of going.
Because we wanted to catch.
Around noon, yeah. So you wanted to have some fun, flirty news stories that had
like
popped off.
Howard Weitzman.
Yeah. Michael Jackson's attorney.
We lost. And OJ's.
Yeah, he did a little bit for the juice.
My gosh.
The Joyce.
We lost a good one, huh? If you
real
can get
homie.
Those motherfuckers off,
yeah,
you are a good fucking lawyer, my friend.
Yeah.
Because those guys are guilty.
Man, there's just a ton of shitty attorneys these days. For real. I miss those days when it was the guys. Like you used to have the guys like that. For real.
Like, I don't care what you did. Don't tell me. I'll just get you off, right?
Yes. I told this story. I'm not sure if it was this show or another show. Who knows at this point? I don't know where I am, so who fucking cares?
Sure.
If you've heard it before, well, then fuck off. Okay? You can fuck right off. All right? Go just take a shit on your Hello Tushy and wash your asshole, and then I'll be done with the story in 2 minutes. Johnny Cochrane walked into a movie theater on Sunset, that ArcLight. This is when people used to go, you know, like Friday night, opening night of movies in LA was like
an ArcLight's like a party.
Yes. They've got a bar in there and it's fucking magic. Like it was awesome. And if you went on a Friday night, you were going to see some crazy celebrities and like you had to order tickets in advance and all that other shit. And Johnny Cochrane, because there's 2 floors of it, and walked down the stairs. There's an escalator and then there's just a long staircase up top. And he just walked down the stairs, and there was probably 300-400 people between the lobby, bar, and everywhere else. And it was like fucking Moses, dude. The whole entire sea parted, and everybody just gave a little tip of the cap to Johnny. Even I was just like, holy shit, dude, that's Johnny Cochrane. Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'd love to be rich enough where I could just call him and murder somebody and then get away with it, right?
I mean. But
I don't feel like there's those guys anymore. Like, who do you call? I guess... Who's Casey Anthony's attorney? That guy was pretty good.
Oh, and that was
what's his fucking name? He got two murderers off.
Yeah, I know. He got
You're the crime person.
I know, my gosh.
Casey Anthony, and then he got Aaron Hernandez. Jose Baez.
Gosh.
Right?
Yes, very good.
Yes.
We don't need hot.
Shit.
We don't need hot Bob.
Fuck hot Bob, dude. I'm
just
popping
kidding.
Off,
no.
Dude. Popping off at the top of my head here.
Not
is
hot
it?
Bob.
I think it is. I think it's Baez, right?
It is.
Yes, Jose Baez.
Jose Baez. Good for you. And now that guy
dude.
looks like a real, like the real deal lawyer that's just like schmarmy.
And I've heard some dirtbag stories from some of the police who were working down there during that. And there was one person who worked in that office who hit me up, a listener, and said, someday I would love to sit down and tell you like the crazy shit that went on in there, in that office, like on air. And I was like, well, you can tell me right now. And they told me some fucking wild ass stories. And I was like, what? Yeah. But it was ironically in Orlando, because we have a lot of listeners there. And also, by the way, the seltzer is out of Tactical Brewery. Those are the guys we partnered up with for the seltzer. So Orlando is the fucking the hot spot for all of our peeps down there, and everybody's got a Casey Anthony story there. The one person, it was a paralegal who works in that office, who hit me up, who listens to the show, and they were like, hey, here's what really went down in there. I was like, no fucking way. I miss shit like that. I miss lawyers like that. Like Baez is the only guy I can think of right now who I would feel confident to get me off of murder. Who are the other famous attorneys that are still around? Like Garagos and those guys. I mean, because look.
But Garagos
loses, dude.
He loses. He'll try for anything.
I don't think he fucking
but
tries.
He loses.
I got some people through the grapevine on there, and he's just so rich that he's like, if these people lose, they lose. They got enough money, fuck them. And I feel like that's the general consensus from attorneys these days. Whereas, like, dude, back in the day, they used to take pride in it. They used to take pride in, like, fuck you, I want to win. I've got one of my best friends from college is one of those fucking big dog attorneys.
Oh, yes. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't live in my state or the states that I needed him to. But they used to send him in. They'd call him the Bulldog. They used to send him in for the big trials to go into court and just fucking shred these people. He's like, dude, behind the scenes, because I was like, hey, what's it like going in there for these big ass trials? I can't say what they are because even you guys would know them in Ohio. Like, they're that big. But I was like, what's that like on the big stage like that where, like, there's going to be a bunch of press or whatever. And he goes, I want to fucking win at all goddamn costs. And he goes, I don't give a shit. And he goes, I sleep like 2 hours a night. I'll power through coffee. And he goes, I'm going to rip these fucking people a new asshole. And I was like, God damn it, man.
Yeah.
I was like, I miss that. I don't feel like there's that anymore with those attorneys and those guys. With the OJ thing, because we're going through another trial right now, a huge one, right? With the Chauvin thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have those. They can't afford those type of attorneys and all that other shit, right?
I don't think anyone wanted to touch that, to be honest. But
look, Baez touched the fucking Aaron Hernandez thing, and he touched the Casey Anthony thing. Now, the Casey Anthony thing he needed. Because you need a big one like that, and no one really would take that case.
Yeah.
Who's going to take that case pro bono? It was such a massive national news story that
I think he took it pro boner, though.
Yeah. Well,
he got like
he was fucking her probably, but whatever, man. Either way,
pro boner.
He won.
We just gloss over that.
Made a huge fucking. No, I mean it was good.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's all right.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't something.
I'll do better. I'll do better. I'll be better.
Get a plaque made or anything.
Maybe a cookie. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Well, like from the American Cookie Co., like at the mall where you have them squeeze the icing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Extra yellow.
Hey, congratulations on being pro boner. I guess that's the opposite, anti boner. But with that, he won, became a national name, made a fucking huge name for himself. And then when the Aaron Hernandez thing popped up, it was like, cool, man. There's how much cash we talking about here? Because I'm Jose Baez at this point, so he got fucking paid. And he went up there and got him off of that double murder. So
I know. 2
for 2 in 2 obvious cases that were fucking clear as day. And it's like, man, I don't know that person anymore. Because Johnny Cochrane died. Most of those guys are dead. Kardashian, shit. Most of those guys
it's a lot of stress. High stress job.
Correct.
So, especially when you're...
Yeah.
When you get off people like OJ and Michael Jackson, kind of sits with you.
Johnny
you know
Cochrane, though, was smooth as fuck, man. The way he walked down those stairs, I'll never forget it. All I kept thinking was, dude, if that guy walked into a courtroom and I was on the jury, innocent, I don't really give a shit.
Sure.
I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, well, yeah, man, I believe everything you're saying, Johnny. And these other people are fucking dicks.
Yeah.
And I got it, man. There was an aura about that guy. I miss those type of lawyers out there now. Because isn't there a stat where there's more like lawyers in law school than there is like actual lawyers right now? And it's just a bunch of fucking shitbirds. A couple of them, look, there's a couple that I'm dealing with where we're going to out in a couple months probably. The choice is theirs. And I made them very clear about that. Because I was like, I'll go fucking bulls on parade on this fucking show. Because you guys are losers. And you fucking lost. We'll see what they want to do about that. But I miss it. I miss it, man. And my buddy, by the way, who did it for years and years, was like, dude, I had to segue out of it.
Yeah.
He's like, it's too high stress. And they were sending him in all over the place. And
yes. So
he transitioned into more of like, corporate paperwork fucking shit. Because you'll die. I mean, the stress is intense and shit like that. Because there is billions of dollars at stake in some of these cases. And it's like, we're paying you. You better fucking win these trials. And he did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I miss it. I don't, the Chauvin thing, I think if you're out there, that's the most high profile case you can take. I don't know why, one of these dirtbags didn't fucking take it, who was trying to make a name for themselves. Because I believe he's just got like basic prosecution. And if anybody else knows differently on this, like how to rep like police officers.
He's the defense.
What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, the defense, but
the prosecution is just the
right is the state. I apologize. But is it different for police officers? Maybe they're not allowed to hire people, or I'm not really sure how that works. Write in the comments section. But yeah. Somebody's saying R.I.P. Jay Cox. That's Lloyd Burke. I love Jay Cox for Johnny Cochrane, and that is a shame that nobody came up with that. Jay Cox.
It's a shame he wasn't around to have that be his moniker, right?
Jay Cox.
Jay Cox.
It's a shame you didn't get to see that People versus O.J. Simpson.
I know, man.
Who played him?
Fucking
guy. The guy was the best. I think he won the Emmy or whatever. Like, dude.
It's what's her name's husband.
Nah.
You know who?
No,
Hot
I don't.
Bob.
No, I don't know who what's her name's husband is.
You know what's her name's husband.
I don't even know who what's her name is.
She played Tina Turner.
She played Tina Turner?
Yeah.
Oh, Angela Bassett?
Yeah.
Her husband?
Yeah.
Who's she married to?
Okay.
Find it. Find that one. Angela Bassett doesn't age, by the way.
She doesn't. She looks
It's crazy, dude.
Great, dude. Her spouse.
So what you want to do is type in Angela Bassett's spouse.
No, it's just usually right here.
No.
Courtney B. Vance.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, dude.
That guy's a fucking dope ass actor.
Yeah.
Courtney B. Vance, dude. When you throw a middle initial, I miss a middle initial too, dude. Not many people can get away with it. Michael J. Fox, Michael B. Jordan. He's about the only one. Courtney B. Vance.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm
Courtney B.
listening
Vance
to
is
a,
fucking gangster in that.
I'm listening to a crime doc, and the guy's name is Edward Wayne Edwards. What the fuck?
So his name is Edward Edwards.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What does he
You have
do?
to have three. You have to have three names, right?
You have to have fucking two dicks to get away with a name like that.
Edward Wayne Edwards.
What's his sitch? What does he do?
Man, he just fucking, you know.
What does EWE do?
EWE. He murdered some people. Murdered a couple kids. And then
this person did?
This person did, and it's called The Clearing, but it is the daughter is kind of doing the case and recounting that, like, she lived a life with this guy as her dad, not knowing, and she would hear stuff and be like, I kind of feel like it was my dad, but
no shit.
Yeah.
Did she fucking say?
Yeah, I mean, he finally got convicted, and she was like, fuck, I knew it, but then the real story of it is that they started attributing all these murders to him because it was just sort of, they wanted to close. Sometimes they want to like close cases. So they're like, yeah, he did this and this and this. And she's like, the only thing I will say is he didn't do all of those, but he did do this one.
Yeah.
So that's why it's The Clearing, because you're clearing his name in some ways, but he's still a freaking murderer.
Yeah. If he murdered a kid, fuck him.
But it's also closure. You're giving closure to people that's not real closure, right?
Yeah.
It was like that guy, the confession killer, that would literally just confess to all this shit because they kept taking him. They would take him to the state. They'd give him coffee, cigarettes.
Yeah.
He was like a celebrity, and he just kept confessing. And people are like, oh, we know now. And it's like, you don't really. And then they have to reopen it all over again.
Yeesh.
People are awesome. People are awesome.
We are, I can say this, I think. I'm going to say what it is. We are working on a crime show now that is super high profile, and we hope to get that on the network soon. And if that comes to fruition, by the way, holy fucking shit. We just got to hear all the recordings from it, and man, that would be gangbusters, insane, fucking amazing.
It would be big time.
Yeah.
It would be a dream. It would be a dream.
I'm super psyched about it. Because they're all super famous, like people and murders and all that shit where you're like, oh fuck. How'd you get that interview?
Yeah.
It's not us, by the way. It's some friends of ours, and hopefully that'll come to fruition as well in June. Then we can add even more fucking wild people to this shit. Because if that goes down, all I kept thinking was, that is your literal dream.
Yeah.
I think I would have you go on their show as a guest with one of these people.
Oh, yes. At the very least, I would have questions that they can answer.
And I want to test your murder skills because it is one thing as a white lady in this world to love crime docs, right?
Sure, everyone does. It's cliche at this point.
It is.
But I was doing it when it was a little creepy.
Yeah. So I want to get you in the room with these people and then have you ask the questions, and then because it's hard to say this without giving away who the hosts are. I think the hosts they're funny and they're cool. They're serious, but I think one would be like, man, that's a dumb fucking question.
You think?
If you asked, I would tell them to in advance and be like, hey, if she says something real stupid, say it. Just check her on it. I want to know. I want to know the answers. I want to know the answers.
Thanks,
The other thing that I would like to do, in all sincerity, if we do get them on, is you finally do a show, because I haven't heard this, and maybe you have. And we're flying way off the cuff here today.
Boom.
But I would love to get you on there and then say, look, could I get away with murder?
Oh,
I don't think I've ever heard a show.
Yes. So
where
I'm
you
going to
could
lay
talk
out.
to actual.
I'm going to lay out my plan to them.
Yes.
And see if they can they'll find some holes in it, and then I can just wrap that up and know what I need to do moving forward.
Let me ask you guys this. So if you're watching right now on YouTube, again, hammer the like button. It's a shit ton of people watching. Just fucking hammer the like button. That's the only thing will beat the algorithm, for real. And those stupid reviews on iTunes will be the only things that fucking rocket us to the charts, like to the top at least, for real. That's it. But I think with that one, I think the people would want, and tell me in the comments, just you. Again, I'm just thinking about this out loud now. I think just you and them on this show.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't want to be there, nothing. And then I just want to watch it later to see if your plan would work or whatever. And then, or maybe pop in at the end and then interview and be like, all right, how close is she to murdering me and getting away with it? Like, and maybe pop in for the last 5 minutes.
I'll show them videos of you, just random videos, just to justify the murder.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
So just random, which one?
Just weird rants or things that you say to me on the show and stuff. I'll be like, just so you know, I'm gonna come by it honestly, right? So here we go, and they'll be like, yeah, we'll help you with this. Do you know what I'm saying? And then we can kind of go through my plan. They can be like, no, that's not gonna work. Here's what you're gonna need to do.
Yeah.
And then you could maybe pop in while they're telling me, and they'll be like, oh.
Yeah, I'd like to. I'll pop in at the end and say, all right, could she do this or not? I think, God, man, with just how scattered I am right now, you could murder me pretty easily.
Right, but
I wouldn't even know.
Can I get away with it? And I think they would probably say, I don't have the Constitution, right? Like, I don't have the demeanor. I don't have the...
They tell you for sure.
Yeah, they'd be like, you would crack if we asked you literally this, and this. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't be able to keep the secret. You wouldn't be able to live with yourself.
I hope we get this show. Araceli, don't fuck this up.
I think they would say that.
Our
sales
She's
rep. She's good
like that.
She makes sure
this up. This is one of my all-time faves. I want this fucking show. Don't fuck this up, Araceli. I want it.
I would be excited.
I would just like to see this show only because I want the answer. I know we chat about fuck, we've done it a million times, Drinkin Bros, about murdering people. Mm-hmm. But I think I've never seen it from the perspective of somebody coming in telling them how they would do it to professionals who are so high up that would be like, they've seen thousands of murder cases. They would be like, no, dude, you wouldn't, or you should do this or this or this. And who are the people that get away with it and blah, blah, blah. That would be the most fascinating show to me.
I think partly my demeanor I would get away with it for longer, but eventually they would get it, right? Like the mommy doomsday, she got away with it just from being blonde and nice and totally seemed normal. Mm-hmm. And they just kind of oh, all right. They full on just let her go so many times. So I think I could do that, but eventually the evidence will pile up against you if I don't have these guys help to make sure that I cover all my tracks.
Because
you know what I'm saying?
Like, all right. I mean, we're really deep diving into this. Fuck it. You would get a huge insurance check, right? Millions.
Okay, but that's part of my plan, though.
Here's why I'm saying this. I don't think you'd be able to do podcasts anymore because something would slip, or you'd have to maintain that fucking story forever.
Boo-hoo.
On air every day.
No problemo. No, I'm just joking. No, yeah, that's what it is. I wouldn't be able to like stop. I'd be like, okay, he's gone, guys.
Yes.
Here we go. It's the Jessie Show.
And do you know what makes me say this?
What?
This is in all sincerity, is this week, because I'm getting a ton of messages, and I'll address this now, about the Michael Rapaport thing. So with Michael Rapaport, right, he's obviously got a big podcast. I don't know what happened, or if it's big anymore, that it went to Luminary, because it's behind a paywall and all that shit, right? Whereas we're just doing bonus shows on Patreon.
Yeah.
On Drinkin Bros podcast. Sign up. There's like 50 fucking bonus shows on there now, I think, at this point. With that, I got a ton of messages that said, hey, did you hear about the Kevin Durant thing? And then the Barstool thing dropped the same week, because they were in a lawsuit against each other, and they were allowed to post the deposition now that one of the defamation suit got tossed, right? Mm-hmm. And he, since he hosts a big podcast, I'm like, dude, what happens then? Like, do you go back and do all of the things anymore that you used to, or whatever? And he went on Fox Sports with, I think it was Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp, which is like a big sports show. Rapaport does a lot of sports shit. And he started crying, like telling the story about like the Kevin Durant thing. Because Kevin Durant outed all of these, or no, I'm sorry.
He outed them.
Yes, he outed Kevin Durant and screenshot all these DMs.
It was
and then
a lot.
posted them. It's fine, but here's the thing. You can't call out people,
Why?
a fucking NBA player, in their DMs and not expect them to respond like that. If you're a public figure calling out another public figure, call them out in public. In my opinion.
No, I think he did more than that.
What do you mean?
So Kevin Durant didn't just DM like that, like a crazy person. If you see the DMs, it's like he's fucking obsessed. He also has a lawsuit now.
Wait, Rapaport against Kevin Durant?
No, Kevin Durant against.
Oh, against Rapaport.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Maybe. But if it goes to the DMs and shit like that, and you're two big public figures like that, yeah, I had no problem with what Kevin Durant said whatsoever. Dead serious. And neither did anybody else. And I think that's what has happened to Rapaport now is when you bill yourself as the king of trash talk, right? Which is what he has. Mm-hmm. And then you call out somebody and then they Kevin Durant's, best player in the NBA, in my opinion.
Right. But I don't see where why are we crying?
Right. And that's where I'm going with this.
Okay.
When you bill yourself as something and then you're forced to go with this other narrative and then you're crying on other people's shows and you're not the king of trash anymore, it's hard to go back to having a normal podcast and do all the things you do, right? If you murdered me, people would ask all the time on your shows and you'd have to keep that lie going for fucking ever. And I don't think you would be good at that, of faking it for that long.
No, it's the only reason I haven't, because I can't lie. It's the only reason why you're still fucking alive, because I can get away with it.
Okay.
I can.
Bill Schofield says, I'll leave 100 reviews if they all count.
So I want to say Bill Schofield actually should be our publicist. He's really been killing it, like reviewing, posting all this stuff, listening to all the shows, even with like the new shows. So Bill, thanks,
we love you,
buddy. And everyone, obviously you guys are
shirts.
Exactly like Craig. He's day one publicist as well. But
yeah,
Bill's really, and he's loving Iconoblast. So like that's his jam too. So he's just like,
it's great.
He's all over.
It's a really great show.
It.
You were great on that show, by the way.
Thank you.
I loved your episodes. It was in your
fun.
wheelhouse. If you didn't listen to Jessie on Iconoblast, I think there was two of them. It was a two-parter.
There's two, yeah. There may be a three-parter.
And it was your hatred for John Lennon.
Yep.
It was so fucking funny, dude. You were awesome on that.
If you don't hate John Lennon after that, though, because we're spilling facts as well, like, I don't know what's wrong with you. He's a horrible person.
Who?
John Lennon.
Oh, yeah.
Horrible.
Great musician, horrible person.
Debatable.
But in this, in all the comments, everybody's like Rapaport's a piece of shit and all that other stuff. The reason why I got all these DMs and messages and all this stuff about Rapaport, obviously he was on the show, right? He was on here, and then he was on Drinkin Bros. You and I, he invited us over to his house. So you and I have been to his house and all that other stuff. In real life, he is a very sweet guy, and
look, here's what I think it is. Like, I think he's just having an identity crisis because he is like, he has made himself, he's turned himself into a controversial guy, right? Like, he is, his whole thing. We know a girl that was like that too, that builds your whole sort of fan base on calling people out, shit talking, like provoking, right? Provocative. So I don't understand now why he's not just going with that brand. Like, he's finally got what he wanted. He's on all these news shows. He's on TMZ. Like, hey, bro, go with it now. Yeah, I fucking talk shit. That's what I do. That's what I've always done. And he so I don't understand this part of it.
The lawsuit, I think, is what did him in. He filed this lawsuit against Barstool for defamation of character and whatever. And it's like, dude.
Exactly.
If you're the king of trash talking, don't be pissed off if somebody's trash talking you and they happen to have a bigger audience. The other part about it was when he went behind a paywall with Luminary, and that's what they do. For those of you out there who's maybe some of your favorite shows have disappeared and went to Luminary or whatever, and you're like, what the fuck? I don't feel like paying, was it $12 a month or something like that? Right? Yeah. When you do that, you lose 80% of your audience. You'd be lucky if your conversion rate is probably 20%, right? Would you say that's a fair number?
It's a fair number, but it's also like abandoning the whole point of podcasts, which is what I love about it, right? Like, it's free.
It's free.
You guys listen for free. You don't tell me what the fuck to say. If you don't like me, you literally just press stop, right? Or you unsubscribe, or you do whatever, because you're not paying for it. Once you start paying for stuff, it gets a bit different, right? So it's especially on Luminary. If he'd gone straight to Patreon or something like this, I think he would have retained a good amount. But Luminary is kind of like, what? Who? Like, if you have to go one extra step to find a website, find a thing, you're not going to do it, right? So this is just easy. It's free. If you can't handle the podcast model and you get kicked off of that, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and it's funny. Gigi was saying, Ross and Jessie, you have the best fans. You guys have created a lovely, supportive community.
We really do.
We have. But the problem is when you get to a level of a Rapaport or things like that, then there will be people in the chat that, you know, are just there to say, fuck you guys, or I hate you and all that other stuff. And you have to have a thick skin about it. I was surprised with him that he did not, because it's literally exactly what you said. He finally got all of the things that he wanted. I
was like, oh, damn, it finally worked. That's when I first saw it. I go, it finally worked, motherfucker. Like, you provoking people, talking shit to people day in and day out. It finally got you on, you know, everywhere you wanted to go, and everyone was talking about you. So just fucking go with it, bro.
Because the only other person I can think of who did that and kind of built their whole persona like that was Charlemagne the God.
Yeah.
And he has never, I'm not a fan of that guy, but he's never wavered from that.
No, and he's not suing people for talking, right?
No.
So, like, again, if there's lawsuits against Rapaport, it's like, all right, cool, there's nothing he can do, but he fucking started it, right? So if you're going to bring money into it like that, or like lawyers and shit, like, it's just words, dude. It's a DM. But delete your fucking Instagram. It's just insane to me.
The clip that is going around, though, that is being shared from the I forget the name of their fucking show, Skip Bayless and the Shannon Sharp show, whatever that is called. I don't watch it, so I'm not a big fan of Shannon Sharp. Skip Bayless, I enjoy his whole bullshit. I think it's hilarious, but because I know it's an act and it's hilarious to me, but. The clip that is going around was him crying and then saying like, people, like, I don't know why he said this, but he goes, you know, I took my dog to the park, Yeezy, my dog Yeezy. I take Yeezy to the park, and like other dog owners or whatever. Full tears. I can't tell if he's joking. Full tears.
Because I think that's fucking hilarious.
So do I, but it's full tears. So I would say if you did it as a joke, that would be one thing, but like this was like full tears and shit, and like, it's just, he's getting killed left and right out there in these streets. And like, Because
He just needs to
I still
lay
follow him on
low.
Instagram. So like,
Yeah.
he's posting shit and everyone's like, fuck you and die and all that other shit. So
I thought KD was in on it. Like that's what it felt like because they made this kind of skit movie before all of this happened, and it seemed it was a joke. He was in on it, and then that's when he's saying like we turned from friends to this because he used to like do joke skits with him,
right?
That were like fake fighting,
right?
And so I go, wait, is this whole thing a ruse? Right?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Like it's not, and I'll tell you why. I think when it gets in the way of your profession, which is Kevin Durant physically playing basketball, like actually on the basketball court in the middle of a season.
How does it get in the way of that?
Because now this is a distraction. Everybody wants to talk about this. The team hates distractions. The coaches hate distractions. The GMs, all that other shit. What's that?
Grow up.
Well, hey, man.
Grow up.
You know they fined him, right?
Life is full of fucking distractions.
You know the NBA fined him $50,000
for
those DMs. And so the people out there, by the way, this is the other hatred towards Rapaport, is the people out there are saying, hey, man, you started this. You're welcome, Ruben, for another hey, man today. But they said, you started this. Why don't you pay the fine? And then probably all would be forgiven with Kevin Durant.
Right.
He's not going to, and he has not. So I don't know what's going to happen with all of that. But it's been
a
weird.
There's fucking victimless crime, but I do have a crime corner.
Whoa! Even here in this environment?
Even here in this environment.
All right.
Victimless crime. These two rich ass crybabies need to shut the fuck up. But I do have a real crime corner.
Okay.
Crime corner.
Crime corner.
Oh, I should find the detective. Sorry. Carry on.
Find the detective.
Carry on with your
I'll
bullshit.
see if the FedEx. No, dude. Still not here.
Carry
FedEx.
on with your bullshit.
I am so disappointed in you.
Why?
Federal Express.
Oh, Federal
I will
Express.
not even call you by your nickname. I will call you Federal Express. I will call you by like a disappointed father. Federal Express. Federal Express.
I mean,
Get
whatever.
off the lampshade.
Whatever. I don't know.
Get off the chandelier, Federal Express.
You know who you are. You know who you are.
Supposed to be here by noon for the nooners.
You know the detective. Once you hear this, you'll know who you are. Sorry. I can't be on the phone the whole time.
It's not that. So here's the thing. Again, I've said this a million times and I'll say it again. One more time. I love the fact that you are terrible at social media. That's what Rapaport is in trouble for now. You don't need any part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A Ukraine man lies about murder in effort to get police to plow snow in front of his road. So, a Ukraine man concocted and then called in a fictitious murder in hopes that the responding police would have to plow his road to get there. So he was like, the plan, which otherwise had absolutely no holes, was thwarted when police got to his home in an SUV. So according to The Guardian, the man called police on Saturday evening to say he had murdered his mother's partner.
Okay.
They're all living in the house together. He called to be like, I murdered my mother's partner. I stabbed him.
Okay.
In the same call, he said, the only way that you're going to be able to get here is with a plow. So, but at the same time, he immediately warned the police that they should come with a snowplow because there is no other way to get to him, they said. So an SUV was used to get to the residence, and it was at that point the authorities realized no murder had taken place, but they've already got there, they've already plowed there, and now he can get out. Immediately after arriving, they discovered that the relative was indeed at the house. But in one piece and unharmed. No one had attacked him. The man then immediately confessed to the phoning in of the bogus crime. He says that the road was plowed earlier in the day, but that the man was dissatisfied with the quality of the clearing. So in some parts of the UK, they've gotten 20 inches of snow.
Well, I get it.
Every day. So as the guy, he faces a fine of as much as 119 $400.
Sorry? Okay.
Whatever. I don't know Ukraine money, but
$400?
$400, basically the equivalent of $400 for making that complaint
I'd lie about that for $400 and be like, oh man, sorry, I just wanted you to plow my driveway.
And I just say good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a crime, but it's also like a good for him.
Yeah, if I could have done it in Texas, I'd be like, eh.
I feel like definitely more frowned upon in the U.S., right? And probably you would get in a lot more trouble. It'd be like a Jessie Smollett, right? Like you can't fuck with the police's time here. But Ukraine, 20 inches of snow. I would hope that the cops were like, all right.
Yeah.
Now listen, we're fucking pissed. But this was a really fucking good idea.
We're pissed.
In their language, obviously, which is something Ukrainian. Yeah.
Pissed.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
I'm pissed.
Yeah, pissed.
You guys, I murdered someone, but you're gonna have to bring a plow, okay? It's the only way to get to my house, and you're gonna have to really plow it, make it nice, okay?
I kind of love the guy.
Yeah,
What's
I know.
his name? I want to get his name right.
His name is Kovtun.
Okay.
Kovtun.
Just a one name thing, huh?
I mean, they go by last names in this.
Well,
let's see. They don't say his real name, and
this isn't complex. This is like a legitimate.
Oh, this is like Giorgio's new name, Yulia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yulia Kovtun.
Yeah. All right.
Our new favorite criminal /
person.
Amazing hero.
Yeah.
Hero of the day.
I'm a big fan of this guy. Yeah, look, you got to do what you got to do in the UK. I mean,
20
in
inches?
Ukraine.
Dude, if you're, and especially like trapped in your house, you're like, dude, I'm fucking calling in a murder. I'm going to say I murdered you because we need to fucking get out of here, right?
Why is everybody over there? Like, Hunter Biden's always in the Ukraine doing weird shit. Like, what's the fucking story over there?
It looks like they play pretty fast and loose with crimes. You know what I'm saying? Like exactly. If this was in US, like it would not be fucking cool at all. Like no one would be like, oh, you didn't murder him? Okay. Do you know what I mean? Like, so I think it's a little more lax, if you know what I mean, over there.
Sure.
And there's 20 inches of snow. They're not going to get to you.
No.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I got a weird one for you.
Please.
Have you been getting a lot of emails like since the pandemic started about like your account is past due or your thing and it's like a fake thing?
Yes.
Yeah. I've gotten a ton of those, right?
Yes. It's mostly about Apple and then the cloud and then like Amazon account. And I'm like, Amazon. But if you're savvy, it makes me pissed because if you weren't, you'd be like, oh, shit, and click right on it. But as you know, there's always like a parenthesis and then like a weird thing that like looks weird. But
so I kept getting shit from Venmo, right?
Oh, you don't have a Venmo.
That's what I thought.
Exactly.
Well, here, hang on.
Oh.
I do have a Venmo. And I found that out last night. I finally kept getting all of these things, and it looked professional. I couldn't figure out the backslashes and all the other shit. And I was like, I think this is the real Venmo. So what I did was instead of clicking the link, I went to Venmo.
Yeah.
And yes, I indeed had opened up a Venmo account, apparently, when it first started. And the email said, according to the state of California, like you have money in there, and if you don't collect it or whatever, then the state is going to take it. And I was like, shit.
How much did you have in there?
I don't know. And so what happened last night was I went in and I typed in my email address. Sure enough, yes, I do have a Venmo account. But they're like, you haven't used this in years. We're going to have to double authenticate this shit. And I was like, all right, great. What's that? And then they give you the last 4 digits. Let us send a text message to your fucking thing. And it's the 6-digit code. Problem is, I don't have that fucking phone number anymore. So they have no way to do it. So
they can't do it through your...
No. So I had to put in like a new number, write up like a thing to the fucking customer service. And they were like, we'll get back to you in like 2 or 3 business days with this. And I was like, I wonder what's in there. Does it go by email address or name? How do you... I never fucking use Venmo. You do.
Yeah.
Whenever we need to Venmo somebody, we just use yours.
It's usually phone number. Like if you're going to authenticate, like if someone's like, just to make sure this is them, can you put in the last 4 of their phone number? It's not email, but
I don't know who would have that then. But there is money in the account, but they won't tell me how much it is. And now I've got to,
I'm sure
I just
it's
send
like
them in my
20, but like it
who knows?
Can't be a lot.
But here's the thing, doing all these shows for all of these years, did I get fucked up on one of these shows and just shout out a fucking Venmo that I didn't know?
I mean, probably. What
Possible?
up, Thor?
It's possible, right?
Thor Johnson? Yeah. You probably did.
Strange,
and
right?
you're just technically savvy enough to never be able to get into that account again. So I would probably just shut that down.
Well, I
and
will
start a new
if
one
I can
with,
see what's in there. Like, what if there's like a
No.
crazy amount of money where it's
There's
like,
definitely
hey,
not a crazy amount of money.
can you find people just by name?
Yes.
Oh, well, fuck, man. Then who knows? Maybe I did a show. Anyways, I got this fucking warning of like the state of California is going to take your fucking money. And I was like, how much is it? Jesus Christ. Because you wouldn't send an email like that for like $8.
Maybe it's auto-generated, dude. Like they don't care how much it is. They're just going to tell you that it's going to be gone, and they have to legally tell you that.
Fuck the state of California, dude.
Well, that's true.
I mean, I'm done with this
Wait,
bullshit.
so then was it in California?
I don't know. Like, maybe that's when I started it.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
Don't buy Bitcoin because you're never ever gonna fucking remember the code or be able
So
to deal
weird
with
you
that.
said that.
Just don't.
It's so weird you said that.
Don't do anything where that's the.
Here's the deal. I know I've talked about this on a few shows, and I said we got to get a Bitcoin expert on. We did. We got our publicist has got this guy who's like a cryptocurrency guy. He's going to come
What's
on
his name?
and explain all this. You're asking me things that I don't know. I'm just
Sure.
at this point. They're just pumping me full of shit, and then I'm just kind of upright. Very Bidenish right now for me. But either way, I know the show will be great because I'm a dummy. And those are the best interviews when you have somebody on the show that you know nothing about. So you can just fire off dumb questions, which is what I'm going to do. And I've been talked into this. So Sean Matson was on the show, CEO of Cartomax.com. Promo code DB on that one, BOGO. But he was on, and at the end of this conversation, I'd kind of mentioned something about Bitcoin or whatever, and he goes, yeah, man, I've just been, doing it, man. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, just auto paying out of my account $25 a week for like 5 or 6 years. I was like, holy shit. I was like, what's the return on that? He's like 5 or 6x. I was like, it's crazy, and I just keep doing it. And so I looked a little bit more into it, and I was like, maybe we should. I read this article this morning with Mark Cuban, and he's like, look, I'm going to do it with Ethereum, he says. So I was just like, maybe we should and not think about it. That's the only thing I'm worried about. It's fucking bullshit that happened last night where I'm like, what if you don't have the same phone number or whatever? Like,
I'm with Giorgio. So he says this sounds like a scam. I don't know why.
It is not.
But I don't know why the state of California would ever take the money out of your Venmo account.
They said it has been sitting there for X amount of time, and there's some tax form that I didn't fill out. And by the way, the same thing happened with Amazon Video on Demand. There was a thing where they said they were going to yank one of the movies unless I updated my tax information, and they did. They yanked it. So it is true.
I don't put any tax information on Venmo.
I had to for Amazon Prime because you've got to report it to the government.
I'm just telling you, I have Venmo. I use it all the time.
Hey, well, when I went on,
it's directly connected to your bank account.
When I went on,
so you don't need
Venmo
to
last night, they verified everything: bank info, email. Yes, I have an account. There is money in there. I don't know, but it's registered under the other phone number. So I did it. It exists, and I believe this one.
Did you put in that phone number?
Yes, literally. I mean, shit, I'll pop it up. It's still here from last night. It's right here.
Then someone else got it.
What do you mean someone else got it?
Because that password is going to go to that old phone number. And whoever has that number now has your Venmo.
Oh, maybe. If somebody has that old number. I heard through the grapevine with my old number, so somebody had it initially, like, after, because I guess it spits back out into the system. Mm-hmm. I started getting these texts, and they were like, hey man, who are you? And it was coming from my old number. And I was like, it was like super horror film shit, right? And I was like, I used to own this old number. And the dude was like, are you famous or something? And he goes, I'm getting these fucking crazy text messages from people and pictures and all this other shit or whatever. And I was like, I don't know, man. And I go, here's what happened with that number. Somebody had leaked it, and I just kept getting I got like 1,000 calls in a row. I couldn't even drive it into Verizon or whatever the fuck it was. And I just handed it to them. They're like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, I gotta change the number. So he's like, I got to get rid of this. This is a nightmare, whatever this is. So I don't know. Maybe they shut it down at a certain point.
That's what I'm saying. So Gigi's like, your bank account is most likely connected to your social security. So like you never have to, with Venmo, do anything tax wise because it's connected to your account, which is connected to your social security, which is connected to IRS. So
correct. But I've never pulled the money out is the problem. So it's just sitting in Venmo and they're like, do you still exist? Are you still alive? Is this a thing? And I'm like, yeah. And then when I went there, it was correct. Like, so, but I just can't say anything. We'll find out. They're supposed to fucking email me back in 90 days. Venmo.
Oh, cool.
That's a fun thing. All of this fucking 90 authentication
it's like
bullshit.
$5, dude.
If I went through all of this,
it could be
for $5.
It could be.
Well, I'd buy a foot long. Because I think that deal's still going on at Subway. And I would definitely do that. But I don't know what it is, but I'll keep you abreast of the situation. I know everybody's gonna be at home just waiting with bated
pins and
breath
needles.
This. Yeah, but this fucking 90 authentication thing, I keep having problems with it, especially for the business, because some things are under Dan's name and number, some things are under mine and yours as well. I'll get text messages for your shit, and it's like, hey, did you do this at this? And it's just like, fuck, man, can we have a better system than this? And they were like, you're going to have to go into your old Gmail and your old thing. And it's like, oh, sweet, from 10 years ago. And then go through the authentication of whatever phone number that was, whatever address I lived at that point and everything else. And I'm done with it. I want one universal fucking thing that it's just like.
You may be done with it, but it's not done with you.
I know. I'm not getting out of it.
And you can shout that into the fucking heavens as much as you want. It's not going to happen.
I know it's not. And it's going to get worse because it's not just going to be 2 authentications. Then it's going to be 3.
It's going to bump to 3.
Then we're going to have a fucking chip in our arm. Then, the arm has got to be robotic and you're going to have to stick your whole arm in there and do shit. Tiger Woods, with his robotic leg is going to change that for people. And that's kind of where we're all headed with this. And long
Real
story
quick,
short,
the black box thing got leaked. Whatever. He actually accelerated into the turn at 87 miles an hour.
Smart. He was late
in a 40. Yeah, in a 40. So when he was veering off, he never let his foot off the gas. Well, not like taking it off for a second, not taking it off and putting on the brake. Literally suicide.
That's how we played.
And
that's how we played the game,
and
James.
it didn't work, and here he goes. He's going to be alive still.
Is it weird that I think he'll come back eventually? The Masters is going on right now. Shit. I didn't tell you about the fucking Masters bet I made last night. You were picking up the kids. I'm going to look on the leaderboard here as I know fake Dan is watching. So we did a live betting master special on Drinkin Bros Sports. Subscribe to that if you're not. It's a separate channel on YouTube, and it's also a separate podcast feed. So subscribe to that. I said if he picked the leader at the end of day 1, which is happening now today, Dan and I will send him to the Masters this weekend. So it just started today. I wonder if his dude is I don't see him.
Dude? Oh,
it's Matt Kuchar. It's Matt Kuchar, and I don't see him on the leaderboard, but I also don't know if he's teed off yet because it's only 145 back here. And I love how today it's 78 and sunny. Oh, congratulations,
gorgeous.
You fuckers. And then tomorrow, the one day off, and I've got tickets to the goddamn Masters. It's going to be raining. And my buddy just keeps texting me like rain updates of like, I think we can still do it. It's like at 50%, 60%. I'm like, no, dude, no. I'm not. I can't risk that.
No.
That drive and all that other shit. Matt Kuchar, let's see where he's at since we're live on air. That way, if you guys are watching tonight, because I know a lot of people in Drinkin Bros Sports are rooting for Dan to go to the Masters. Yeah. Fake Dan to go to the Masters.
I want him to go and sit in the rain.
Check the message board. See if he writes on there if Kuchar's even teed off yet.
Yeah, Kuchar is 2 over, he said.
Oh, great. Yeah, then he's not going to be in first.
So he's not going?
Boy, you just saved me like
what if we just send him anyway?
No, I want him to be right. I want the audience to win money. That was the point of this.
Dan, I'll talk to him. Don't worry.
No.
Talk to him.
Losers. It's like I said about those fucking lawyers, dude. When you lose, and you don't get like participation trophies. For Christ's sakes.
Okay.
You know? Like the participation trophy
Don't
for
beat
that
me
would be
again.
like, hey,
like you always do.
hand goes up, mouth goes shut. You know the rules. Those are the rules, okay?
I know, but I always want them to get the trip.
So do I. Or the thing. He's 2 over right now. Mm-hmm. Sweet. That would have cost Dan.
What do you think, Dan? Is he gonna come
It would have
back?
cost us a couple grand for that trip to get him out there that fast.
Is he coming back?
No, dude. If
Dan
he's
is
2
always
over,
very like he'll get behind his bet till the very fucking end. He'll be like, nope, coming back.
Yep. No, Hideki Matsusama. I don't know. I'm not saying that right. And I'll take a number 2 with that order. I'll take some crab rangoon with that order. Is -4.
Oh, Bob. Me and Bob are goonhounds.
Yeah, dude. You guys are goon.
We named ourselves
the
goonhounds, dude.
Yeah.
I got 2 big things of goon, and it was literally me and Bob just shoving, and we were like really critical of it, and it's like, nah, that's a little bit thick. I don't love a thick paper on my goon. I like it to be a little more pastry, but these'll do. As we both eat 20.
We've got to get
Goonhounds.
We got to get some Goonhound t-shirts made with just a crab rangoon in the middle and call it the Goonhounds. The 2 of you guys. I love a good goon. I was unaware that Bob did as well, and Bob was all in. Yeah, but if Homeboy's at -4 here and Kuchar's at +2, not a prayer. Sorry.
I don't know.
Do better. Fake Dan is all I'm saying. Winners win. And
he's only through 3. Plenty of golf left. I knew he was gonna say that. I fucking knew he was gonna say that. That's my boy. Ride it all the way to the fucking end, dude.
Go to his Instagram.
If you lose confidence, they lose confidence.
Go to his Instagram at Dan Register, and it's REGESTER, and just write #Kuchar, because it's not gonna happen, dude. Matt Kuchar is not going to come from 6 strokes behind at the Masters.
Don't worry.
On day 1.
You'll go.
No, it's not going to happen. It's good. That would have cost us a lot of money. But we were going to do it for real. I talked to Dana Holloway last night. We were like, yeah, fuck, we'll send him to the finale. The final is on Sunday. Man, that would have been awesome with 20% capacity. You know how close you could have gotten, Dirty Dan? You could have touched like fucking Phil Mickelson. Like you could have just
dick. You could have brushed his dick. Oh, sorry, bud.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
I didn't know.
You could have goosed him.
Yeah. Imagine if you grabbed Phil Mickelson's ass, put a little finger in there right in the hole real quick, and just be like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry."
Oh, sorry, dude. I
was eating an egg sandwich.
Yeah, I was looking for a napkin.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Sorry, Dan. Some dreams don't come true.
I have a picture of Phil looking through my soul at Delman. Anyway.
Oh,
you
Phil
guys
Mickelson?
Yeah.
Dude, Phil Mickelson, I heard, is just a fig jam is what they used to call him. Sports Illustrated, when that was a thing, used to do this article once a year, and it was on like the worst golfers. So they would only ask people in the PGA, and it would be anonymous. And they would tell you who the worst human being is in golf. And he was one, and they used to call him, I guess all the players used to call him Fig Jam, which stands for fuck, I'm good, just ask me. And a couple years ago, it was Bubba Watson. And I was like, gosh, I was surprised at both of them, to be honest with you, because their personalities are so fun and warm, and they're good at the game. Yeah, but we got a Japanese player at the top of the leaderboard right now.
Doesn't Dan usually pick that guy?
No.
Oh. Thought he has before.
No, I picked
Morgan. Thank you. You're so sweet. And I don't actually look like this. I have a real bright Barbara Walters light. Okay. And I got the camera real high. But thank you very much. Smoke and mirrors, my friend. Smoke and mirrors. Look, we've been going for... Don't you have other shows?
Shit, I do have another show. Lee Westwood was my dude. He is in next to last place. So I was wrong too, Dan. It wasn't just you. I had Lee Westwood, and boy, I was like, Lee Westwood, I'm convinced was on steroids, and he's at +5. I don't know, 11. Yeesh. God, he'll be nowhere. Neither of us were nowhere near it. So it's not even I'm saying I'm better than Fake Dan in this one, because both of us shit the bed on this one. But we did pick the winners. So if you're out there and you're going to like my bookie, our gambling sponsor to bet on it. It's fun just to throw like $10 on these guys because the odds are fucking crazy. Which we picked all the winners last night. Luckily, Fake Dan and I did not pick either of these guys to win. We just threw $10 on them to see if they would be the winner at the end of the first day. So I don't really give a shit about that. But he does, obviously, because
he does. And we'll see. There's a lot of golf left. Ivan, I've got a part 3 of Lennon. So next time I'm in town, we'll probably do that. So I'll be on Iconoblast podcast for that at some point.
Okay.
But yeah. Guys.
Yeah.
Guys.
It doesn't tell us how long we've been on, so we just kind of keep going. But yeah.
94 minutes.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's hilarious. Oh, fuck me.
Make it a cool 100.
Yeah. How's the year of my birth? 94. Great year. Japes, you can go. That's right. We have to shut ourselves down.
Do you want me to do it like while you're talking? I mean, how do you?
Yeah, I wish. What I'd like to do, man, I wish we had an Asian organist or pianist,
right,
in here to play the Masters like theme song as we went off the air, so that way Fake Dan would have to hear the themes. It's the greatest theme song in all of sports,
on the
in my opinion. You can't; they'll flag the shit out of you.
So someone has to play it. Got it.
But if we were in studio, I would hire that person, a pianist, just to play that song all day long.
Sure.
Because he's not going now. And it'd be a fun thing.
I don't know.
It's not coming back.
I'm still rooting for him.
Well, I'll put it to you this way: Tiger Woods has a better shot at being the leader at the end of day one today.
Sorry, Dan, I'm sorry. I tried, Dan.
Than Matt Kuchar. So we're sorry. We're gonna get out of here. For Ross Patterson, that's Jessie Wiseman, obviously, and you get to see her. Look at that. Boom.
Go ahead, Ross.
Doing all the things.
Do the outro.
Yeah. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, do some shit. All right? Rate us. Love us. We're tired of not being loved. All right?
Okay, bye.
Bye, everyone.